Well, my name is KaRhonda Hines. I am a mom. I'm a registered nurse, and I am now a author, a published author.
Awesome. So take us through that journey as an author. How do we end up here? How do we get here to this place where you finished a book?
So I got here because I had a set of events that happened in my life, and it was some things that I felt like was pretty tragic for me. So in that time, I had some family and friends who supported me during that time, and they also encouraged me to write about, some things that had transpired. So I did that, and as I was writing, really didn't intend on doing a book at first, but as I was writing, it started becoming healing and therapeutic for me. And as I started reading it, going back over it, I started thinking about, well, if uh, things of that nature transpired for me and I was silent about it for so long, um, maybe there are other people who have had, and I don't just mean women, I mean people in general, women and men, or even children, um, where if they've had certain sets of events that's taken place in their lives, they would also maybe identify with my story and certain things that I did in my story to get to a place where I am now in my life, where I'm much comfortable. Um, I just feel a lot different in the skin that I am in right now. So that's how I kind of ended up here. I had a curator coach who kind of helped me during that part as far as writing the book or the chapter in the book. So it's not just my personal story, it's a collaborative book with other women who are also giving an account of personal aspects of their lives that they're revealing. So, and again, our stories are basically to show where we are currently in life and what we've been through, and that your past doesn't always have to dictate your future. You can always make those changes within yourself.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, everyone has a story. You decided to write yours down
I
and
did.
include how many other women?
It is a total of 5 women that are given an account of their stories.
Okay.
And for me, it was a revealing certain aspects of your personal and private life put me at a vulnerable place. Um, but that vulnerability I felt needed to happen in order to help other people, because a lot of times things happen behind closed doors. We don't talk about it. We don't heal from it, which to me that's key. We don't heal from it, and the cycle continues because what they say, whoever they are, hurt people. But as a nurse, I like to heal people or help people heal.
Okay. So, how would you feel about sharing some of what happened behind closed doors? Maybe not an entire chapter, but maybe just a snippet of what to look forward to in the book. Maybe you can share something to that effect.
Okay. Well, within the book, I talk about my what I call my love story, at least what I thought was a love story, and what I proclaimed to be a committed relationship, and it was nothing of the sort. Not from after was removed from it, I could see it was nothing of the sort. And uh, couples have certain issues that they may have to resolve and go through. But I felt like certain issues and certain events that were transpiring just couldn't be repaired. And as a result, I was literally, God removed me from the situation. Um, it was some dysfunction, some toxicity and not diagnosed, but after being removed from the relationship, I learned about narcissism and what that is and what it entails. Uh, so I had a lot of those things that transpired in my life, and a lot of it I didn't talk about. A lot of it, it was, for the most part, an embarrassing situation for me. But in that embarrassment, again, I felt like not talking about it um, did nothing to help myself nor help other people who may feel like they're boxed in a situation and not really sure how to navigate through that. So it kind of gives them an account, and I in no way bash anyone, expose anyone, but certain things I did reveal to give an account of my background and what was going on with me at the time.
Okay. So when you say in the book you're gonna kind of talk about some of narcissism or narcissistic attributes, would you say?
So I do talk about some of the behaviors that I saw, some of the, not saw, uh, I endured. I talk about some of the not so rosy things that happened to me, right? And I don't particularly call it narcissism, but those behaviors are attributed to narcissism. I don't give a definition of it in the book. I talk about um, the gaslighting, the deception. I talk about those things. I also highlight where there were characteristics of that individual that made me feel like I was the best thing since sliced bread, right? So again, it's not a bashing, but I give the highs and the lows, the ups and downs of what transpired in my relationship, and I give a certain account. Again, it's not to bash, but to teach and to help others. And sometimes when we tell our truths, other people, it makes it more comfortable for other people to tell their truth.
Okay. So my assumption is you're articulating that you are not the one with narcissistic attributes, but it was the partner. Is
The,
that this?
I would say it was the partner
Okay.
um, with those type of attributes, and uh, it's a difficult thing to talk about in a certain aspect because maybe when you reveal those things, people kind of look down on you as, well, why would you? You should have. And it's always easy to be on the sidelines saying what you should have done. But in my growing up, I had this concept of what a healthy relationship, committed union would be. And I did everything that I felt that I could to make that happen. And then, with children involved, I tried to make sure they had as stable home as possible. But sometimes if both parties don't have the same idea in mind, then it doesn't work. And that is just some of the attributes and things that I'm kind of discussing in my chapter in the book. We may have, or I had, this fairy tale fantasy kind of concept in mind from some of the books I read growing up as a child with the happily ever after. But the ever after, no one ever talks about. We don't talk about the ever after. We talk about how the Prince Charming came in and swept the princess or the woman off her feet, and they lived happily ever after. But that ever after part is a part that needs to be talked about. It needs to be revealed. Or even before you get to that part, um, do some talking and some understanding of each other to understand what that person or that concept of a relationship or a healthy relationship looks like for the other person.
Okay. So how comfortable nowadays are you to discuss relationship, um, I guess, dynamics? Is it like ripping off a Band-Aid? Is it a piece? Is that like, how would you describe talking about relationship stuff in this season of your life?
In this season of my life, I am so comfortable with who I am as a person, um, to reveal and make myself vulnerable. Um, I don't feel like it's a ripping or tearing off of a Band-Aid or open wound and it starts to bleed again. Uh, I feel like I have or am in the healing process where this is part of my journey, my duty to reveal these things to help someone else. Again, if what is my challenges and things that has happened to me, what is it for if it's not to help somebody else?
Okay. So would you say you're open to exploring a new relationship now, or is that like a door that's a chapter closed forever and you're just on a mission to help people do what exactly?
So right now, I'm focusing on me and understanding me and the things um, that I like and learning more about me. So in the future, of course, most people like companionship, but right now I'm comfortable where I am. Um, I was in a relationship in that union, that committed relationship, nuptials, for over 20 years. So I'm exploring and understanding and learning things that I like and what may please me. So, yeah.
Okay. And anything else you think people should look forward to in getting this book?
They should look forward to honestly reading about my truth, um, uh, just understanding, looking at what I talk about as far as when children are involved, um, talk about even themselves, thinking about themselves in a relationship where it just doesn't seem healthy. I have a kind of new lease on life at this point. My peace comes first, above all, because if I'm not at peace, nothing will be at peace. So that is kind of what I would like the reader to kind of take away from that as well. Think of all parties involved when you're in a relationship. And I'm not really talking just specifically about romantic relationships, platonic relationships, business relationships, any relationship that is not giving you peace, it's not healthy. There's a certain element of toxicity, passive aggressive behavior. Those things are not healthy for your mental status. So if it does not benefit you in a peaceful way, then in my opinion, uh, changes changes should be made, whether individuals do it or not. But that's how I looked at it. After a while, a long while, I had to step back and say, my peace and I come first.
Okay. So in marketing and products, brands and services, we always ask, who is the target audience?
Okay.
Right. So who would you say this book is written for?
So It's written for, um, most women may identify with my book because a lot of times women fall victim of unhealthy relationships. However, that is not 100% of the case because I do know of men who also face the same type of toxic behavior. So it's more or less for adult men and women. Most women will identify with what some of the things that I have put in my book um, because in my talking and revealing myself with other women, they have identified almost uh, uh, almost to the exact behaviors that I endured. So, so I guess it more or less may be to women, but men may also find interest in the book as well.
Okay. What would you say the ultimate goal is in your journey? Like, is it to? I mean, you of course have to answer that, but like, what would you? Is it to encourage everyone to just stay single? Is it to
No.
like the healing journey, to embrace it? Like, what would you say the end goal is?
So my end goal is really to have individuals or people who read the book just do a self-evaluation. All relationships are, some relationships come with ups and downs. When you have two people from two different backgrounds and they're trying to, they're in a committed relationship and they're trying to make things work, well, will you have your good days and bad days? Well, of course. But when there are toxic behaviors, um, dysfunction, things that make you kind of fearful, behaviors that make you kind of question yourself. Uh, those are the people that I'm kind of am want to attract to have them take a closer look at their relationship. And again, not always a romantic. It could be a platonic. It could be a mother and a father. I'm not telling you not to um, love that mother or that father, but toxic behavior, dysfunction should not be tolerated when it is a detriment to your personal peace. So that's kind of what I'm conveying in this book. It's not bashing relationships. I'm just giving a personal account of some things that I went through that I just feel like no one should have to.
What's the name of the book?
The name of the book is A Love Story, The Price I Paid. Uh, and it's a collaborative effort by myself and four other women who are given an account of their personal stories. Their stories are not always relationship-wise. There are different aspects of things that had transpired in their lives. So our book launches on September the 29th, in about a week from here now, just about. And I will be doing a book signing here at Petersburg Library on October the 5th at 12 o'clock, 12 to 2. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited about this book. It's just an awesome venture for me to step out on.